Hello and good morning, dear students. So today is 31st of July and today we are starting a new chapter, that is chapter 25, and the name of the chapter is Complementary Angles. Okay? And yes, this is for third card test and one of the very important chapter for your ICSE also. Okay? So the chapter name is Complementary Angles. So let us first understand what do we understand by complementary angles. Now we know what is complementary and supplementary we have done, isn't it? But let us just read the definition once again. Two angles whose sum, two acute angles by the way, two acute angles, okay? Two acute angles whose sum is 90 degree is called complementary angles. Two angles whose sum is 90 degree. When you add these two angles, okay, the angle has to be 90 degree, then these two angles are called complementary angles to each other. For an example, 20 and 70. Both of them are acute angles, and when I add them, the sum is what? 90. Okay, so 20 and 70 are complementary to each other. Okay. Second, 30-60. Because 30 and 60 both are acute angles, and the sum of them is 90 degree. Okay. Another I am taking 42-48. 42 and 48 again both acute, and their sum is how much? 90 degree. Okay. And in this chapter, basically, we have to deal with the formula of 90 minus theta. Theta is also angle, 90 is also an angle. So, for an example, theta is an angle. Theta is, by the way, acute angle, okay? And 90 minus theta is also acute angle. Because if theta is acute, then 90 minus 90 less than sum, okay? Then that is also acute. So, theta, then what is the complement of theta? What will I add in theta and get 90? Obviously, 90 minus theta. Because theta, this angle theta plus 90 minus theta, okay, the sum is 90 degrees. So what is the complement of theta? Theta is an angle, suppose, and what is the complement of theta? The complement of theta is 90 minus theta itself. Okay, so complementary angles means, yes, two angles whose sum is 90, two acute angles whose sum is 90 degree. Now, why the name of the chapter is complementary angle is because in this chapter we will be dealing with trigonometric ratios. And there are 6 trigonometric ratios we know: sine, cos, tan, sec, cosec and cot. And each of this now we will be doing in complementary angles. So there are 6 formulas which I am going to give you now. Okay? And we'll have to copy that formula and learn that formula, and we have to use in our exercise. Is that clear? So pause the video and note it down. Alright, so therefore the 6 formulas which I was telling you is this formula, 6 formulas. Okay? Now, 90 minus theta. Is that clear? 90 minus theta, 90 minus theta, 90 minus theta, 90 minus theta, 90 minus theta. Now, if you see the relation, theta, if you see the relation, theta is here, theta, 90 minus theta, theta, 90 minus theta. So, what is the relation? This angle theta and this 90 minus theta, they are complementary to each other, isn't it? So, the relation between them goes something like this. Sine 90 minus theta is what? Cos. It just changes to cos, but theta, 90 minus theta will be theta now, because this and this are complement to each other, isn't it? So when you remember the formula, remember that sine 90 minus theta is cos theta. Okay? Number 2, just the opposite. Cos 90 minus theta will be sin theta. Okay? So pause this video and learn these 2 formula quickly. So I hope you have understood. Great. So what is sin 90 minus theta? Cos theta. And what is cos 90 minus theta? Sin theta. Okay, similarly with 3rd and 4th. You just remember tan goes to cot, cot goes to tan. But what goes? Tan 90 minus theta goes to cot. And cot 90 minus theta goes to tan. Simple as that. The last 2 is also similar. Sec goes to cosec, cosec goes to sec. Okay, so sec 90 minus theta will be cosec theta, and cosec 90 minus theta will be sec theta. Okay, so these 6 formulas, I am giving you only these 6 formulas. And by the way, don't forget about your trigonometric ratios of standard angles. How many standard angles were there? 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and then 90 degree. Isn't it or not? Chapter number 23. I'm talking about 23 or 24. Chapter number 23 or 24, trigonometrical ratios of standard angles. Remember there was a table. The value for sine 0, sine 30, sine 45. Okay? you have to remember the table also. Is that clear? So this 6 formula is very easy formulas, and now we are going to start the exercise 25. Clear? So pause the video, note it down. Alright, so exercise 25, question number 1 is to evaluate number 1, cos 22 divided by sin 68. This is the first one, this is the second one. Okay, cos 22 sin 68. Before going through the trigonometric ratios, just go through its angles first. What is the angle? 22 and 68. You add 22 and 68. Are you getting 90 degree? 22 and 68. 22 plus 68. Is it 90? Yes, it is 90. Which means that 22 and 68 are what? Complement to each other. 22 degree and 68 degree is complementary to each other. So hence, what can I do out here is, you don't have to change the both of this. Just change one of them, either you change the numerator or the denominator. See, we have to evaluate, which means we have to find the value. Simplify this, okay? So, cos 22, keep it as 22, 68, sin 60, now sin remains as sin, but 68, can I write 68 as 90 minus 22? You think about it and tell me, 68 as 90 minus 22, okay? Now, this is cos 22. What do I have the first formula? Sin 90 minus theta. Sin 90 minus theta will be cos theta. Cos theta. So sin 90 minus 22. Sin 90 minus 22. Will it be cos 22? You tell me. Because of this formula? Obviously yes. So cos 22 by cos 22, similar terms, it gets cancelled out. So what is my answer? 1. Is that clear or not? Pause the video and note it down. Alright, I hope you're clear with number 1, part 1. Number 1, part 2 is similar type, tan 47 by cot 43. Tan 47 by cot 43. Okay, now before going through the solution, just check the angles. Are they complementary? 47 plus 43, is it 90? Obviously yes. So if it is 90, then change only one of them. I'm keeping the numerator as numerator, denominator cot, but 43. Can I write 43 as 90 minus 47? Obviously yes. So it is in the formula of cot 90 minus theta. Number 4, cot 90 minus theta. Is it tan theta? Obviously tan cot 90 minus 47 will be tan 47. According to this formula, this and this gone. What is my answer? 1. So very simple sums and very simple formula. Okay, not too difficult at all. Remember the formula. The first 2 questions we have done. We are moving forward now. Pause the video and note it down. Alright, let's move ahead. Next, question number 1, part 4. You can see the question. It is in page number 305, 1, part 4. The question is cos 55 divided by sin 35 plus cot 35 divided by tan 55. Now here there are 2 parts. We will be doing this part here and this part here. Again the same thing, okay? But let's focus on the first part. We have 55, 35. Are they complementary? You tell me. 55 plus 35 is it 90? Obviously yes. So numerator as numerator, denominator 35. How will I express? 90 minus 55. And I know what to do. Cot 35, keep it as it is. 55. 55. How will I write? 90 minus 35. Now use the formula. Sin 90 minus 55 is what? Sin 90 minus 55 is, numerator is same. Denominator, use the formula. Sin 90 minus 55. Is it cos 55? Plus numerator as it is. Denominator tan 90 minus 35. 90 minus theta. So is it cot 35? Everything gets cancelled out. This and this gone 1. This and this gone 1. So what is my answer? 2. I hope you are getting this now. Okay, practice it properly. Very easy. Pause the video and note it down. Alright, let's move ahead with question number 1, part 6. Question number 1, part 6 says sec square 18 minus cos x square 72. Okay, now don't get confused with the square. Just forget about the square for the time being. Okay, just look at 18 and 72. Are they complementary? 18 plus 72. Are they complementary? Yes, they are complementary to each other. So change any one of them. Okay, which means keep your square as it is. And can I write 18 as 90 degree minus 72? You just check yourself. I'm just expressing same. 18 only, 90 minus 7. Obviously I can do, isn't it? Because 18 is 90 minus 72. No need to change this. Just keep it as it is. Cos sec, this is cos sec, square 72 degree. Now you tell me, I'm telling you, forget about the squares for the time being, but you have to write it, okay? So now look at the formula, sec 90 minus theta. Sec 90 minus theta, sec 90 minus theta. What is the formula? Cosec theta. So sec 90 minus 72, cosec 72. And yes, there is square also. Cosec 72 minus cosec 72. What happens? It becomes 0. Cancellation. Very simple. Whenever you see the question out here, look at this angles. Just look at the angles. Are they complementary or not? If, then you know what to do, isn't it? So pause the video, note it down. Number 1, part 8, a very similar type of question. The question is sine 42, sine 48, and there is a minus sign, minus cos 42 into cos 48. Again, there are two parts, the first and the second. Okay, first part you see, are they complementary? Yes. Second part you see, are they complementary? Yes. The moment they are complementary, change only one of them. So I am keeping sine 42 same and writing sine 48 as sine 90 minus 42. Everyone can do it. Cos 42 same and 48 as cos 90 minus 42, because 90 minus 42 48, 90 minus 42 48. Whenever you see a pair of complementary, just change one of them. Okay, one of them. So 90 minus 42 cos 42, 90 minus 42 sine 42. Can you see they are similar? Cos 42 into sine 42, cos 42 into sine 42, it gets cancelled out. What is the answer? 0. So pause the video, note it down. Alright, the next one is number 2, part 1. The question is to evaluate 2, part 1. The question is sine 90 minus a into sine a minus cos 90 minus a into cos a. Okay, so this is the question. It is already given in the formula sine 90 minus a into sine a. Okay, by the way, this 90 minus a and a are complementary to each other. Okay, so what is the formula of sine 90 minus a? Sine 90 minus theta, cos theta. So what will be the formula out here? Sine 90 minus a, cos a into sine a minus cos 90 minus a. So cos 90 minus a. Is it sine a? The second formula, 90 minus a. Is it sine a into cos a? See, sine a and cos a remains as it is. Use the formula. The formula for this is sine a. Formula for this is cos a. So cos a into sine a minus cos a into sine a. The same thing, it gets cancelled out. So pause the video and note it down. I move ahead now with question number 2, part 4. Now I don't have to explain you much. I think so you people are aware of it. How to check whether complement or not. 53, 37, 90, 80, 10, 90. I'm keeping the numerator as it is. Now denominator, draw a line out here. Denominator I'm changing. Okay, 37 I can write 90 minus 53. 10 I can write 90 minus 10. No problem. Use the formula. Use the formula out here, which you get this. This cancel out. So 2 into 1 is 2. This cancel out 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay. So pause the video. Note it down. Alright, the next sum is question number 2, part 5. First I'll explain you, then pause the video, I'll write down the process, and then I'll explain you again, okay? So cos square 25 minus sine square 65, tan square 45, okay? We'll check one by one. Now by the way, tan square 45, this is a standard angle. The value for tan 45 was 1. Please check the table. If you don't remember, the value for tan 45 is 1, okay? And now, so therefore, this is all, tan 45 is done. 25, 65, are they complementary to each other? Yes, 25 plus 65 is 90. So any one of them I will be changing. Okay? And yes, for the time being, forget about the squares. But you have to write. Okay? So pause the video. I'm going to show the steps now. Alright, so yes, complementary. So change any one of them. So 25 as 90 minus 65. And this is 65. No change. Tan 45 is 1. Okay, so therefore cos 90 minus 65. Cos 90 minus 65 will be sin 65 by the square, and minus sin square, minus 1. This and this gone. So 0 minus 1. So the answer is minus 1. So pause the video, note it down. Alright, so let's move ahead. Next question I'm taking is number 3, part 1. Prove that or show that left hand side is equals to 1. Okay, left hand side is equals to right hand side, that is 1. Okay, now first you take the left hand side. You take the left hand side first. Okay, so left hand side out here is tan 10, tan 15, tan 75, tan 80, right? 4 angles are there. We will separate them as complementary to each other. Okay, because 10 is complement with 80, so I'm keeping it together. 15 complement with 75, I'm keeping them together. Okay? And throughout there is multiplication. Huh? So I have to change any one of them. Either I'll change 10 or 80, either I'll change 15 or 75. Okay, let us do. Alright, so yes, I've kept them together. 10 and 80 complement. 15 and 75 complement each other. Okay, so once you find the pair, change only one of them. Okay, so I'm keeping 10 as it is, and 80 I can write 90 minus 10. 15 as it is. 75 I can write 90 minus 15. Okay, so what is 90 minus 10? Sorry, what is tan 90 minus 10? Cot 10. And what is tan 90 minus 15? Cot 15. Okay, I hope everyone is clear till here. The same formulas we are using. Now tan cot 10 is the reciprocal of tan 10, isn't it? Because cot 10 is 1 by tan 10. Cot 10 means 1 by tan. Cot 15 means 1 by 15. And now can you guess what happens? This and this gone, cancellation 1. This and this gone, cancellation 1. So what is 1 into 1? 1, which is our right hand side. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll just write the assignments for today now, and then we'll end the class. Pause the video and note it down. Alright, your assignments for today will be question number 1, part 3, 5, 7, question number 2, part 2, 3, 6, question number 3, part 2. Okay, so this sums you will complete along with today's class video and send along with the assignments by tomorrow. Okay, and this formula is very, very important. Please learn it, write it in your copies, and then remember by heart. Okay, this much for today. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Thank you.